Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully this time we'll stay on the air more than 5.5 minutes. Let's move on to our second question. I won the last point, so I will start with the next question, which is there a place for giants in the WWE anymore? I will argue no, there is not, and Jesse will argue yes, there is, while Aaron judges us. Jesse, are you ready?
As ready as I'm going to be.
All right, then I'll begin. Aaron, just give me the signal, and I'll start my opening statement.
All right, get ready now.
WWE is no longer the land of the giants, and that's a good thing. These days, guys like Big Show and Kane might look opposing the first few times that you see them, but after that, they've just become kind of boring. They're slower than today's modern athletes. They're not as they definitely they look impressive, but once you see them more than once, you kind of realize they're all style and no substance. There's nothing there to them other than the fact that they're big. This might have worked for guys like Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior back in the day, but the fact of the matter is, we're in an era where guys, what you do bell to bell has to matter just as much as what you do outside of it, and for the majority of the big guys, they're just not cutting it out there.
Okay, so you have 10 seconds.
No, that's my statement. I'm settling on that.
All right. I was just making sure to let you know that you had 10 more seconds in case you just wanted to put a button on it, but I guess you didn't want to. So, Jesse, you can start making...
No, I don't need to. My argument is that strong.
All right, Jesse, you have to deal with an extremely confident man.
That's
See if
fine.
you can take him down a peg. Ready, and go.
Okay, the question is there room for giants in the WWE anymore? Yes, absolutely. Yes, we all know that it is not the land of the giants anymore. That doesn't have to be said because talent comes in all shapes and sizes. Giants are a specialty. They're an oddity. They can be something that can be seen just once a month. Hell, even once a year, and it would be fantastic. I don't know if we lost Aaron or not there, but either way, they can be used. They can be utilized. They can be seen, and as I think they can be put on a Brock Lesnar schedule where you only see one once every 6 months or something. They're huge. They're fantastic. They can, for the little children that when they walk down the aisle, they see this person that stands 6 feet taller than their father and are like, oh.
All right, argument done. I like that. I like the sound effects are really important to me as a judge. I'll just make that point right now. All right, Adam, you can go right. What? Are you ready for your rebuttal?
I'm just gonna say that I'm ready to go.
Okay. All right, and yeah, go.
All right, so Jesse talks about putting some of these giants on a once a month, once a year schedule. That seems like an awful lot of waste of resources just for one little attraction, especially when you're on a television schedule and you need to be bringing in viewers each and every week. The bottom line is, if the WWE can't make these giants attractive and a draw week in and week out, then they're really wasting their resources and their money on these guys when guys like Neville, guys like Sami Zayn, even are some of the smaller, or even some of the bigger, small guys like Kevin Owens or Rusev can do much more. Taking the paychecks and giving it to a guy who's only going to work once or twice because he's an attraction doesn't really pay off in the long term when you're going to need guys who are going to need to draw house shows and who are going to need to draw ratings on Mondays and Friday nights every single week. End of statement.
Okay. Well, that was a good button. All right, Jesse, you have 1 minute. Use it any way you like.
Well, I'd first like to start by rebutting Adams by saying, bullshit! Excuse me, I just sneezed there. We talk about it being a live event, but you're also talking about it being television. These giants would be fantastic to use at live events. That would be where they'd be mostly utilized. You want to talk about only paying them a certain amount to come every so often and not every week. Brock Lesnar and every other legend that they bring in. So it can be built if it's built properly. They have usefulness. They are there because they are something to be seen, whether it's going to be once a week or whether it's going to be once a month or once a year. If you want to only use them at live shows, even more so. Then they pop up once on TV, and then they're a draw for people to see at a live show. Of course they can be utilized. They stand, if you put an 8-foot-tall person against, let's say, Neville, who stands at 5 foot.
Cut. Sounds like you were starting to really get into the meat of your point, and then you just got cut off by the 1 minute mark.
That's all right.
So just going through the points here. Adam says they're all style and no substance. Jesse says the booking counts. Adam argued that they had to accommodate for these guys, unlike other talents, and that is eventually a waste of money. And Jesse stated that accommodation is not such a bad thing. So when it comes to the arguments, let me think here. Just putting a little bit of it in my brain. Let's see. The question was, is there a place for Giants in WWE anymore? I think that the accommodation argument is really where it falls down to, and I think that Jesse made the better argument. I think that he argued the fact that, okay, I see that Adam's disagreeing, and I understand he's a proud man, but the fact is that accommodation is not a bad thing, and the proof in it is a Brock Lesnar, and though Jesse didn't argue him, I feel that, once again, The Undertaker is one of the best examples of a big man that if you accommodate, he creates an extreme, a definite sense that he's an impressive being. He's somebody that people want to see, and the less you use him, the better it works in terms of full out of the dollar. So, well, did Jesse just drop?
It looks like Jesse might have dropped there for a moment. Let's wait and see if he comes back in.
Okay.
To be fair, I also want to make the point that I was shaking my head only because I don't like.
Because why?
Because I don't like losing.
Oh, you don't like losing? Yeah. So no, I felt Jesse made. I don't think Jesse completed his argument, but he still surpassed you on the simple fact that you tried to state that the Giants were of no substance, and the same thing could be said about athletic guys, is that they're all style and no substance.
I'm not gonna lie, I was reaching the entire time because once again I put myself in a position where I was arguing a point that I actually agreed with, which is that I absolutely believe that there is room for big guys in the WWE and beyond, for that matter. It truly, for me, it really does come down to Jesse's argument to me, which is you got to book them right.
Yep.
And I think if you do book them right, then they're an incredible attraction. They're a great draw. But if you don't, then you end up with guys like Big Show or with Kane who have just been overexposed, you know?
Yeah.
I
think in the end, I feel that it was like the argument, is there a place for the current Giants? No. But is there a place for Giants? Yes.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, it was a tough argument for me to try and battle against. But Jesse,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All that matters is I won.
He definitely did win.
What?
Do you need me to move?
No, I'm trying not to be on.
She's trying not to be on. Sorry, my wife's trying to sit down but not be on camera. So
I need a pencil crayon.
Okay, sorry. Moving along then, point goes to Jesse. Well done, Jesse. I concede you definitely had the better argument on there. And also I want to quickly bring up that was a tough one because Jesse and I actually had to make 4 points on that one because the first argument that we had, which didn't end up getting picked up by the camera, wasn't apparently good enough for our judge Aaron, so we had to redo it again. So that was a well-fought battle, Jesse, but I concede the point to you. Well done. Of course, you are going to be starting off the next question, which will be against Aaron, and that question is, with so many new faces in the WWE, you name one talent who should be cut. And this basically comes down to, Jesse, your choice versus Aaron's choice. So if you are ready, Jesse, we'll get going with your 1 minute. Are you ready, Jesse?
Yes, when you're ready, let me know.
Okay, and here we go.
Okay, so if out of everybody on the roster that should be cut with all this new other talent coming in, my pick is the Long Island Ice Z, Zack Ryder. He hasn't done anything since his debut. Well, I can't say anything. He's had a few different things here and there as he's gone along, but he really has been there for I don't know how many years now with no real substance, a few different feuds, maybe one or two titles, if that, and otherwise he's one now that isn't being utilized at all, really. I have further points to use in my rebuttal as we go along. I don't want to show all my hands as we start, but yes, my pick would be, if cutting anybody, would be Zack Ryder.
All right, Jesse, thanks for that. It's a good argument. Aaron, are you ready with your rebuttal? Or
Yeah, ready.
Your opening statement, I should say.
Opening statement, yeah.
Okay, and your 1 minute begins now.
So I have to first say that Jesse makes a very good argument about Zack Ryder. One of the only issues is that Zack Ryder is a guy that I don't think the WWE is ever going to believe in. A guy that the WWE has believed in, but they keep changing their mind on, is Dolph Ziggler. And Dolph Ziggler is a guy that people think should be a main event guy, and as these new guys start coming in, he's just going to keep getting pushed further and further down the card. If Dolph Ziggler leaves the WWE, goes to New Japan, goes to TNA, goes to Ring of Honor, and really proves what he always claims he's capable of and says he's a show-off and can go in front of these guys and actually beat some of the best outside of the WWE, he could actually start getting main events and start making them go, oh, wait a minute, we made a mistake on Dolph Ziggler. He's a guy who could be a main event. So if there's anyone that they could lose and then eventually later on go, oh, my God, we made a mistake. These new guys aren't as good as what we had. It has to be Dolph Ziggler.
Cut it right down to the wire. Good stuff, Aaron. All right, Jesse, have you got your notes going for your rebuttal?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I'm good to go.
He's ready to go. All right, then. Your 1 minute begins now.
All right, well, you say that Zack Ryder is getting pushed further and further down the ladder and that he should leave and go do and beat other people. Well, first off, let's remember this is sports entertainment, so the fact that wins and losses don't really matter. His athletic value is they did believe in him, and they still do believe in him. So being up that ladder is better than never getting to climb that ladder at all, like Zack Ryder, who has actually been demoted now down into the NXT roster to help the people down there. So Ziggler continues to stay on the mainstream. He's up there. He's in the top, so Ziggler should stay. Ryder is somebody that they could do without. They basically are using Zack Ryder like they used that commentator, Miz's opponent or partner, whatever his name was. I can't remember what his name is. Miz had that old... Anyway, they're using Ryder just like that. So if you could fill a hole like that, you don't need this guy.
Perfect timing. Well done, Jesse. Aaron, are you ready with your final rebuttal?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
Your 1 minute begins now.
So we're not just thinking of guys that the WWE can get rid of, because there's a ton of guys the WWE could get rid of. When it comes to the spot that Zack Ryder has, it's not even a spot. So you get rid of Zack Ryder, you're really not filling any holes, and you're really not losing anything. Dolph Ziggler, on the other hand, you lose him to make way for all these new guys. Not only do you make a spot for those new guys, but now you can track Dolph Ziggler's progress outside of the WWE and recognize whether or not you lost something important. Yeah, he currently has a spot, and he's slowly moving away from that spot, but he's also not really doing anything, and he's not really captivating anyone. He's showing everybody that he's just a hand. And if he expects to be more than that, and the WWE expects for him to be more than that, he needs to go elsewhere, leave the WWE, and do more there. Go to Ring of Honor. Go to Lucha Underground. Otherwise, he's just going to eventually be an expiring asset, and there's no value in that. Lose him now, find value later.
All right. First off, let me say excellent points from both of you guys. This is actually a really tough decision for me. Aaron, definitely I think the strongest point that you made is the fact that Dolph Ziggler, if he is let go now, could become an asset later on the line. Jesse, there's definitely the strongest point for me in your argument is the fact that Zack Ryder isn't doing anything right now, with the exception of the fact that, yeah, he's teaming up with Mojo Rawley in NXT, but it's really more of a last-ditch effort with him. Very, very tough call. Aaron, I like the angle that you took, but I think I'm going to give the point to Jesse on this one, simply because Dolph Ziggler still does have value to the WWE. Although Zack Ryder, I think, does have value, not nearly as much. And I think right now they've got to trim the fat, and Dolph Ziggler's still got a little bit of muscle on him. So, Jesse, point goes to you, and that also means that you are today's winner. Congratulations. Well done.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Going from judge to argumentative lawyer is something I can do quite well. Thank you, thank you.
Clearly. Well, we got one more argument to make. You've got one more argument to make, Jesse, and it is, of course, time for the Battle Royale question. So this one, of course, is opinion-based. There's no side on this one, just our own opinions. And, of course, the judge will be the audience, those people who decide to watch this, so basically within our own circle of friends. The question being asked in today's Battle Royale is, who would you book to win the Royal Rumble match? The Royal Rumble is this Sunday, so who should be booked to win the Royal Rumble and be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion? Jesse, since you are today's winner, you get the honor of starting us off. So let me know when you're ready.
Oh, no, I want to go last. I want to go last.
Fair enough. Champion's prerogative. I will allow it. Okay, then. Aaron, since you alphabetically come first, I'm going to give you the option of going first. So let me know when you're ready. Your 1 minute begins now.
So this is a difficult question for me because I look into this Royal Rumble and I don't know who should actually walk out of it as WWE Champion. And I honestly am going to go with probably the idea that people would be against the most, and that's Roman Reigns. Is that if Roman Reigns can actually show the power he did in his Royal Rumble where he broke Kane's record, and he can do that in this Royal Rumble from number 1 to number 30 and beat everything the WWE has to throw at him, maybe he's going to look like a Superman, maybe he's going to look too powerful, but that's also the kind of guy you need to eventually have Brock Lesnar face at WrestleMania. They've already shown that when those two guys come together, it's a brawler grit magic that no other guy can bring. If you want a main event at WrestleMania that everyone's going to want to see, it's seeing whether or not Brock Lesnar can beat an energized, accelerated, and dominant, unstoppable Roman Reigns. Believe that.
I like the believe that at the end. Very nice there. Nice little punctuation on it. You actually do make a very good point, and it was something I was thinking about earlier today, which is, hey, what if Roman does win it? Maybe he should. It would be a good I definitely think that is not a bad choice. Not the pick I would make, however. Jesse, whenever you're ready to start, I'll make my choice.
And go.
All right. Having Roman Reigns win the Royal Rumble and retain the championship could be really great for getting him over, but the question is, where does he go from there? Reigns needs a villain to go up against, and right now there's nobody better at being a villain in the WWE than Kevin Owens. The guy had an incredible 2015, and I think the next step that he needs to make is the one to the main event. In this single Royal Rumble match, they could make him the WWE Champion. They could bring him into the fold of the Authority if need to. It's well known that he's one of Triple H's boys. And he is probably one of the best heels, if not the best heels, on the current active roster today. Roman Reigns doesn't need to look strong. He needs strong opponents. By making Kevin Owens the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, you have a chance to not only make a brand new star, and I mean main event star, but you also give Roman Reigns a new guy to work off of, so it seems a little bit more fresh and not as stale.
And that's it.
Now, I have to ask before we go on, Aaron, did you fall?
No, I'm making cereal.
He's fallen and he can't get up.
Nope.
Fair enough.
I'm standing on 2 feet. I can promise you.
He was basically bored to tears by your thought of Kevin Owens winning and just put the phone down and walked away.
Well, all right then, champ. Why don't you present us with something better?
I have something better. You have my timer ready.
I do. Your 1 minute begins now.
All right. So my pick to win the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble is Heath Slater. And with that, I have to say, you talk about having a villain, and who do people hate more, maybe for good reasons, maybe for bad reasons, but these 4 individuals on TV now that can do no good, okay? So Heath Slater becomes the WWE Champion. I'm not saying he goes to WrestleMania. I'm not saying that he even holds it past Monday night. I am saying that he wins the Rumble and gives people that shock factor. The fact that, what? This guy, how could he, what? Are you kidding me? That would be something completely unexpected, and it is something that the WWE needs to do. We need to have something where it's not just predictable Reigns or Jericho or Owens. We need something to come from behind and take it with the shock value.
Funny you say shock value. I think Heath Slater winning the title would be the shock master of Royal Rumble victory. So you do make a good point, though.
I listened to Jesse talk, and all I heard was a Brooklyn accent of Vince Russo the entire time.
All right, the playful jabs have been fun here. This has been a great time. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's do this again, hopefully with less technical difficulties.
That would be a great plan.
Until next week, I'm Adam Conta. Follow me at Adam Conta. I write for Last Word on Sports. You can find our Royal Rumble predictions up tomorrow night while we enjoy the Royal Rumble, and you can listen to me every Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Country 600 CKAT. Find the link at country600.com. Aaron, anything you'd like to plug before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I'm the head of the wrestling department, so I'm your boss at lastwordonsports.com. We've been writing some really great articles right now. We are going to be doing our Royal Rumble predictions. We got an article coming out actually today, right after we finish this call, and we'll be having articles probably all week, every day for this week. So I think everyone should definitely look forward to that, and it's at Aaron Rakowski or LWOS Wrestling for Twitter.
And Jesse, anything that you'd like to plug and promote?
Well, there's a whole lot, so let's sit back and relax and have 5 to 25 more minutes of just plugs. But no, as some know, I am an independent wrestler, manager, Canada's only 5-time award-winning best manager, and you can follow me at King of Canada JJ on Twitter. You can go to my website, Jesse Jones, that's JESSYJONES.info, and other than that, come out and see me do what I do best, better than most of the rest. Thank you very much for having me, guys. You're champion for today. Woohoo!
Congratulations to you, Jesse. When will we get together next time? We'll have to wait and see, but when we do, there's going to be a Rumble.